We're back from Essen Spiel 2025.
And this might be our biggest haul ever. Welcome to Box Peoples. I'm Libby, this is Julian, and yes, we are back from a super busy Essen this year. Both of us were working, but we still had a few appointments and some fun things that we did, which definitely included picking up a lot of games.
Yes, the fact we drove this year rather than flying was a blessing and a curse, because
I think that we went a little bit crazy with the oh my gosh, we're driving, we don't need to worry about the wait.
No. So it was very much a case of if we wanted it, we picked it up. Now, you might have already seen we've done 10 games we're looking forward to most.
Each.
So 20 games have been covered on that. And we also mentioned our shopping list at the end of those videos.
Yes.
So it'd be interesting to see how much we bought from those. And there was some on my list that I actually chose not to buy, but I'll get to that when we go through the games. As always, we will show on screen a little symbol if some money has taken place.
Yes.
If we've actually paid for any of these games. Obviously, a lot of these are given to us in exchange for making content. So if there's no little money symbol on the screen, you can expect to see those featured in a video coming up sometime soon.
Yeah, and of course, if you've got ones of those that you're super excited about and you want to see first, then do please let us know in the comments. We would love to hear, what you most want to see videos on coming from us for Christmas.
Yeah, and to see those videos, might be worth making sure you are subscribed to our channel, where we're posting lots of content still on Essen and on the games that we are about to show you. But I'm bored of talking. I want to show some games.
Yes. Shall I start?
You can start.
I feel like maybe my pile is bigger than yours. Maybe I've just got bigger games rather than quantity.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
I'm going to be showing...
we'll just go one on one and then see what happens as to who had the most, right?
I'm going to show games that I've bought or that I was interested in, and likewise, you're going to show yours, but there is some crossover. I think it's going to be kind of obvious which ones are whose.
Okay, I'm going to start because, it's top of the pile, so that's why I'm starting with it. With 12 Rivers. Now, this is a game I've mentioned a few times already. I think I might have mentioned it on my Gen Con anticipation even. It's a game that I saw featured at Gamma, which is a trade show. Footage from the Dice Tower all the way back in March, and they'd said that it was going to be coming out at Gen Con, and it's kind of got this awesome marble run situation where you put your marbles in and you take out the bridges, see how far they come down. You put them onto some alpacas or llamas. I think they're alpacas. I don't know how much of the back you can see, but it looks super fun. I've heard loads of great things since, so I'm super excited to... I think it is a reimagining of a previous version of the game, but everyone seems to be talking about this one and much improved version. So yeah, very excited to place my camp, release for the marbles, and collect these pearls that you need as well. So it sounds fun. Maybe something that our girls will enjoy playing with us.
Yeah, and amongst our circle of friends, I think 4 or 5 different people bought a copy of 12 Rivers. Right, I'm going to start with where I went first. Now, it's become a bit of a tradition that I rush now to DV Games. I went there first last time to pick up this latest copy of Until Proven Guilty. I enjoyed the first one. These are obviously very much based on the Ace Attorney games. I enjoyed the first one, found it a little bit too short. I think this one is slightly longer. But I was always going to pick it up. I don't think these are readily available in the UK. So I
haven't seen them around. No. And I haven't seen people in gaming stores going, objection! So they can't be.
No, there's not too many of them. So it might be just something I have to get at Essen every year. Alongside that, they did also then offer me this game, which is called Lost in Adventure, The Curse of Jack Parrot. These are inspired by old point-and-click adventure games. I say that phrase so much when I'm talking about board games because I really love those old games on the PC and on the Amiga. So when they mentioned it's got item combining and navigation around a map, this is actually, I think, the second in the series. I hadn't heard of it until they they talked to me about it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this as well as this.
Next from me, I love, well, we both absolutely adore Planet Unknown. So on the shopping list was definitely the Supermoon, which we should have backed. It's one of those things you kind of think, oh gosh, why did we not do that? How did that one slip through the net? And a lot of people say it's just going to tidy up because you get the lid to your Lazy Susan, so everything stays in place.
Yep, it's a tidying expression.
But there is a lot more in here. We are going to, be able to do some fun lunar action. I don't know, it's such a great game, and you can just play it so easily with a relatively high player count that why wouldn't we get the extra for that? But whilst we were there, we also were given a copy of Tatsumi, which if you haven't seen on the channel already, we did cover this when it was going to crowdfunding, and they've just recently had some of the copies come through to them for the first run of the crowdfunding, and so they very kindly gave us one of the finished copies of it. And it's actually changed a little bit since we did that content. The components are now wooden. There's a lot of lovely screen printing detail and things, so some things have changed quite a bit since our sort of prototype copy. So lovely to see sort of a more finished, polished edition, and maybe there's a few sort of dev tweaks in terms of the gaming and some cards that are involved and things like that as well. So very excited to sort of get this one out and have another play, because it's one that we did really, really enjoy.
Now, while on the subject of Asia, while I was at DV Games, I picked up a copy of Koi. Now, last year everyone was getting very excited about Bonsai. Actually, the year before.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Everyone's excited about Bonsai, which you got to play at Essen. So this is kind of a spiritual successor to it, really. Very similar mechanics, but refined. I don't know a huge amount about the differences, but while I was there, I discussed it with them, and I thought, well, I'm going to buy that, and it's going to come into our collection.
Yeah, the cover looks beautiful.
It does. And Bonsai was always a game we intended to buy at some point. So if this has similar mechanics with some new upgrades or twists, then this is clearly going to be the game that we should get.
Yeah. Next from me is a game called Red North. And this one was actually in my anticipated list. And I played this game last year as a previous iteration. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce it properly, but it kind of Sia, whatever the Viking word version of that is. I mean, obviously that Viking theme's one that always draws me in. But I really enjoyed playing this version, and it's since been picked up by Mighty Boards, and then over the last year, they've given it a full reskin, new artwork, a few tweaks in the gameplay, and I think the God Powers might have changed a little bit as well. So I'm really intrigued to see how a game that I already really liked has now been improved and changed, and to see what this sort of brings as a nice new Viking game to have in our collection.
Yeah.
It's one that I was raving about from last year.
It was.
And I think we wanted to pick it up then, and then, I don't know, time gets away from you and things like that. So it's nice that I've had an opportunity again to pick up something that I might have regretted. And I still think about that game now, even if they hadn't have brought this out. So.
Yes, I think you may well have gone back to buy the original version if you could have. A new fancy version is always nice.
Exactly.
Now, we've talked about when we're doing our things we're looking forward to and things you wanted to buy at Essen. How excited it is just to walk around and pick up something you had no knowledge of that just tickles that itch. I saw a game called Chrono, which is by a German company called Ornament Games. And I was just casually strolling by and it caught my eye. It's got a huge board. And I was like, yeah, that looks great. And I was watching some people play it, and I liked that it involved sci-fi and sort of time manipulation.
Of course you like time
where you're laying out certain time warps on the board, and if you lay too many out, they start spreading around the board. And it's quite a thinky game. So I got chatting to them, and while I was there, I filmed some content with them. we got on really well, and they said, well, have a copy to take home so we can do some more on it. Now, I'm not doing justice at all to the description of the game because it's quite a complex, deep game. But yeah, I'm so excited to play this. It's kind of been in the forefront of my mind when I saw it there, just to go, I'm looking forward to exploring that and finding out all about it. They also chucked in a little promo pack, which is very kind of them. So I have, there was loads of extras. I could have got mini and things like that. But yeah, to have all the kind of gameplay elements available is great because this extends the campaign. And you can play it both at multiplayer and solo without changing the game at all. So that kind of thing excites me because I do like to have the proper experience when you're playing solo rather than the kind of slightly adapted version of it. So yeah, looking forward to playing it and exploring this world with you.
Yeah, I didn't see that stand at all. You were off on your wanderings at that point. And you came back sort of raving about it. So I'm intrigued to see kind of like what drew you into it and how it all
there'll be a 5 reasons why you should be excited about it video coming up very, very soon. So look out for that.
Next from me was quite a popular game in the show. And this one, Orloj, the Prague astronomical clock, was, I think it had some of the ones with the most sort of BGG thumbs and everything that everyone was excited about. I hadn't heard much about it when we did our anticipation list, so it hadn't actually made it onto that. And I think probably the day we ended up filming it, I started seeing more and more stuff about it and was like, oh, what about this one? And then I looked more and more into it, and then the pre-orders were closed, and I was like, oh no. So this was actually the first game that I brought when I was there, and it was before the show was even open, because I thought, oh, it's going to sell out pretty quick. Everyone's very excited. And I didn't want to miss it. It looks really interesting with the kind of clock mechanisms, like quite a big Euro situation going on here. But interesting sort of. Maybe there's some rondelle stuff, things like that. It looks relatively heavy, but I'm excited to see how all of that mechanism works together. So, yeah, I was keen to pick that one up.
Right, of course, I went to see my friends at Ryder Games. I wasn't demoing for them this year, but that didn't stop me getting a load of stuff. So, yes, as you may well know, Season 4 is being released individually rather than as a big box set. You'll be able to get the big box for the big box set once all the games have been released, but the idea being they're kind of gradually released now. So I had the latest one to pick up, which is Rotten Harvest. Which
perfect timing for it.
Ideal timing for Halloween, based on Children of the Corn, really. So yes, I was always they've got me now. They know they got me. Yeah. So they could release any game, and even if the theme now isn't particularly to my taste, I'm going to buy it because I have everything Final Girl. So I can't not now. I've drunk the Final Girl Kool-Aid, as our American friends would say. The other feature film I got was Shriek. Now, you may well be thinking, but you already have Shriek. You did some videos on it. Well, I was using a prototype for that. So there's a few differences in the final game. So, yes. I now have the prototype and the proper one, with the really small minis that I'm going to attempt to paint.
Yes.
Very, very small minis. For that, have a watch of that video where I talk about why it is my favourite Final Girl. Haven't played that one yet. Haven't played Rotten Harvest yet, so maybe it might. No, I think it's going to be hard to top.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I got some extra bits. I got a fun little kind of semi-promo, which has got a cheeky extra rule in it.
Oh.
Doesn't do much, but does something. I got the minis for Bad Time at Buddyland, which was I think this is the feature film I played most out of all of them because I was demoing it at UK Games Expo.
Yeah.
So I think in the space of time I was demoing for them, I probably played it 11 times in 2 days. I think this means now it's the most played one. And yes, has the minis in it. So got that as well. And I got the 2 new Final Girls, which bizarrely are both people we know. Julie works for Van Ryder. We weren't there at the same time, but I did bump into her later, and I said, I should have brought my Final Girl for you to sign.
Yes.
And Meg, who we all know from various all sorts of board game content. She passed my papers and games, and I didn't have this on me either, so no signing for me. But yeah, these are. I think this is the way they're doing the new special Final Girl. So it's got covers of the mini and comes with the Final Girl card. And I think their secret envelope is in here, but not secret anymore because it just says it on the back of the box. They're not hiding the fact there's secret envelopes anymore because everyone knows about them. And I blame Van Ryder now for every time I get a new game having to lift up the insert and check there's anything underneath. It's all Van Ryder's fault. So I am now completely up to date with owning everything that is Final Girl until the next one gets released, which I think is at the end of the year, but I don't know for sure.
Next up from me is Land and Sea and its expansion as well. I'm excited to, I like everything watery, saily, divey. You might see some more of that theme later. Part puzzle, part game. I'm excited to kind of see how this kind of goes. And it does say it's quite head-to-head in 2 players and that it only takes 2 minutes to learn. So that seems great.
Yeah.
A sort of a nice quick game to come out and teach people is always handy. With a theme that I like, I might even be able to get some of my family to play that like sailing as well. So yeah, I'm excited to delve into these.
Yeah, it's interesting how that has expandable content, not just because of the expansion, but within the normal game itself, how you can just keep adding to it to increase the complexity. So it starts off being kind of Carcassonne level of complexity, but can then build and build and build. So yeah, we're going to do the video on probably explaining that in a lot clearer way coming up. But yeah, I'm really excited to play this. Huge in Australia, really popular in Australia. Fun fact for you.
Interesting. Yeah. Who knew?
Obviously, you have to play it upside down over there.
Obviously.
Right. Do you remember I said I wanted to get Shall We Dance from Saashi and Saashi?
Yes.
I didn't get Shall We Dance.
That's not Shall We Dance.
It's not. No, we saw Shall We Dance there, and I am very excited about it. But they also had Bus and Stop. Now, Bus and Stop is a game we've played a lot. We've played it with Phil and Lisa. We've played it Sean and Jess, Allies and Enemies. Partly because it means we can shout skedaddle a lot. And
it's a good word.
It is. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, it was on our we must pick it up list. It's been on our list. We wanted to get it last year and it sold out. We tried to get it at UKGE and didn't get there in time until it sold out. So it was very much on our we must get it this year.
So we did. And I could have got Shall We Dance as well, but looking at the back of it, I just thought, well, maybe this isn't as good as Bus and Stop. And then I'll get this and go, this is fun, but it's just no Bus and Stop. So I wanted to get Bus and Stop, so we had Bus and Stop.
Yeah. Well, and we've made this, which you're about to come into, we've made this tradition of getting an itten game every year that we're there, one of the Funbrick series. So we can always make a tradition starting now with the Saashi and Saashis. So we add another one each time.
I got 3 second try. We knew I was going to get 3 second try.
We did, because why wouldn't you want to pretend that you can do 7 pirouettes in 3 seconds and then stop a marble down a track? I mean,
it should be a requirement in many games. But yes, we saw it there and I was like, yes, I want to get that. Of course I do. There's other Funbrick games there. And I think like the Oink games, it's always a bit of a gamble if, the Funbrick games are going to be good or suit us, but to be honest, we've had no misfires so far, so I'm pretty confident. Well, I know we'll have 3 second try, so it's always going to be a safe bet.
Yeah, we played that when we'd had a few too many beverages and it was a lot of fun. White Castle Duel, of course we were going to get this. Love White Castle. I think it plays great at 2 players.
Yeah.
Not sure like the need for a duel, but I needed it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be, there's quite a lot of duel games around at the moment. So I don't know if it's going to feel like it's a different 2-player game, much like one we're going to talk about a little bit later on, that's set in the same world, but with different mechanics, or if it's going to emulate the Big Daddy one.
Yeah, I've heard some people say it's potentially sort of a bit tighter, a bit crunchier. Obviously you get the promos inside with the launch games, which is always nice for those. But I just want more from. I think Show and Ezra are great designers. I've liked everything they've done so far, and I really love the crunch of White Castle. So to see how that condenses down into 2 players, where you are limited that you can't stack the dice in the original game, which does make a difference, I think, when you play it too. So how that kind of is maybe changed here in terms of to not feel like you're limited to be able to do something you would normally be able to do would be interesting. But I'm super intrigued and excited to get
love
into.
the White Castle game.
Yeah, I play it all the time on BGA.
So
all the time.
Yeah, even if it's just similar to that, you'll be a happy bunny. Right, another game we've been playing while we're at Essen.
It's one of the few games we actually played whilst we were there.
So we picked up Waddle. We've had our eye on this for a while. Penguins, great. Slightly thinky, variable boards, works at varying player counts really well, and it's quick to play. So
it was very quick actually.
It's deceptively looks young, doesn't it? It looks family friendly, but it's deceptively deep. And it's not until you start playing a bit of it you're like, oh, I see how this works. Do I focus on building big waddles, or do I sacrifice my turn and guarantee I'm first next turn? There's a lot of mechanics that kind of go together that you don't realise the long-reaching effects of doing those until you played it a little bit. And
you can certainly force another player into doing something they probably didn't really want to do, which became more and more evident the sort of slightly further we got through that first game, which was interesting.
I want to get Waddle. I have got Waddle. What a feel-good story that is. One for the ages.
I'm just trying to reach to some more things. Oops. Right, well, we were on the White Castle. I also got a White Castle t-shirt, which a lot of people were wearing on the stand. I thought it looked really nice, so I thought I'd treat myself to that. You'll probably see it in a lot of videos coming up soon.
Well, while we were at Devir, I've got a game I've never heard of. You've never heard of it. No one's ever heard of it. But Christmas is coming, and this is called Rudolph. So that was the sole reason I got it.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want another Christmas game? Right?
I can't tell you anything about it. Nothing at all, apart from it has reindeers and jolly old Saint Nick on the box, which, that's enough for me to want to get it. And I got it. So that's why.
Fiery creatures have appeared. So next up from me is more fiery creatures. Yes. Emberheart, super excited for Dragons from Mind Clash. So intrigued as to what this brings. I think it's a little bit of a lighter game than they would normally proffer. But from what I've seen of it, it looks like a really nice play, a really smooth play. And it's got gorgeous, gorgeous dragons in it. So why wouldn't I be excited about dragons, right? And it has come with some nice little tokens, little upgrade bits and bobs. So that's exciting as well to have those little deluxe bits and bobs.
You do like a Mind Clash game.
I do. And it's not going to be the only one that appears. There'll be a few more bits and pieces in this pile over here.
I've heard great things about it, so I can't imagine.
Everything I've heard has been
I can't imagine it's not. Tremendous. Right. A trio for you. I was excited to get Twinkle Twinkle. We've been playing this a lot on BGA, and it's a nice little kind of a tile placement game with obviously beautiful acrylic tokens that you don't get to notice on BGA. So we've got the base game. Then there's also an expansion to it, which adds new acrylic tiles and which you can place onto your board. And we got the original kind of mini expansion as well, which is the extraterrestrials, which adds the little aliens on top of some more tiles to go on your board. So we have Twinkle Twinkle, How I Wonder, What You Are? What are these aliens? I hope that's the logic there. So we're really excited to get this from AllPlay. And like I said, it's going to be nice to play it in person. As much as BGA works for certain things, you can play it on the go, you can play it when we're not in the same place. There's certain things that I think lose their kind of magistry when they become digital form on that.
Yeah.
And this looks beautiful when you play it.
Yeah.
So, yes, keen to have got this.
And fun scoring with the
and
different proximities and stuff.
So many people at Gen Con were loving Twinkle Twinkle. So
yes, they were indeed. Whilst we were there, it was my birthday.
It was.
So I got a few birthday gifts, one of which is the birthday burglary, which is a small kind of like, I think it plays maybe an hour, little game. There's a whole series of them. There's some Christmassy ones that, you know, if we enjoy this one, maybe it will kind of like, they can sit alongside Rudolph. We'll get some more of them. But yes, thank you very much to my friend who gifted me this as a little birthday gift for the first one that we will try of those. So I'm really excited to sort of maybe delve into a whole new series of games that we're potentially going to really love.
And little cheeky bonus one for me. One of my favourite games I played probably this year has been Tag Team. And if you bought Tag Team at Essen, you got a alternative art version of one of the characters. I didn't buy Tag Team.
You already have it
at Essen this year. It completely sold out. So I tried my luck and I queued up and I said, I love this game. Had a great time with it. Do you have any of those promos left? And I was buying something else at the same time. I was buying a little plush for one of our girls. So it wasn't being entirely cheeky, but they had a few of these left. So I was lucky enough to get one. Adds nothing to the game. If you haven't got it, you're not missing out. It's just an alternative art, but why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
It was there and why
not? More birthday things. This one actually came all the way over. We didn't actually pick it up there.
No.
But we were at Aircon, weren't we? At the Bring and Buy. And I said, Tortuga, it's one that we only had in a print and play, was in the Bring and Buy. Shall we get this and add it? And then we've got another one of those gorgeous looking books to sit next to each other, because Bristol's amazing, and Hollywood is amazing.
Yeah. And we've got Deadwood as well.
Yes.
And I foolishly said,
we already have it.
We've got Tortuga.
And I was like, yeah, we have the print and play, but I don't think we have the book.
Yeah, we do. We definitely have it on our shelves.
We didn't have it on our shelves.
No.
So that got gifted to me.
I bought it for you to
morning.
make amends because I didn't want you holding this over my head. And
as if.
we did have the print and play, so we already know it. But like you said, these are nice to have on the shelf.
Yeah.
And obviously it's nice to have the proper edition. And yes, it was making amends for my folly. Now, have you seen on a video I did a mad thing where it came from a tradition of kind of going to the Bring and Buy, and there is no Bring and Buy at Essen. There's there's other things that go on with trading, but we've never taken part in that. I think it's predominantly German people who do that.
There's like a maths trade kind of thing out the back, and people hold up signs. It's all kinds of
I didn't see it this year,
confusing,
but we've never been involved in it. So there's no Bring and Buy second-hand chances to buy games. But when those are on, if I can get into the Bring and Buy, I tend to try to buy a random game for £5 I'd never heard of.
You do.
And it's now evolved into the can I buy a game cheaper than a coffee?
Yes, which you may have seen already on the channel from Essen. So these might not be a surprise.
Might be a surprise. So I still don't know how to pronounce it. I didn't know then, I don't know now. Hagakure. Hagakure. There we go. That sounded authentically Japanese.
Did it?
It is the 3+. I've since found out it is a trick-taking game.
We like trick-taking.
We do. There've been a lot of those of late, but yes, this is a reasonably goodish one.
Yeah. It's losing its shrink somewhat.
It is. It's been bounced around in the car because, yes, our car was slightly full. Yes. And this was slightly a victim of being shoved in anywhere we could fit the games in the car. So, yeah, I got that. And while I was there, I saw Dragon Parks, which actually is a lot deeper than I anticipated.
Oh, really? Because I thought it was going to
I thought it was going to be super light. And I think it is family. Cute. I think it is family friendly. And I kind of thought maybe it would be echoes of dinosaur-based park games, maybe. But it has got beautiful acrylic cards you place out on your board. It's got a card passing system that you see in games, all sorts of games. I'm thinking of Blood Rage has the card drafting where you pass things around. So do you take the card you want, or do you take cards someone else would need?
Yeah.
So that has got elements of that in it, but it does play incredibly quickly at 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the two I got. I wouldn't have bought them, obviously, if I wasn't going to go around trying to find €5 games. But like I was saying earlier, sometimes it's just those nice unexpected surprises. You might stumble across something great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say these are going to be the best games in our collection, because they wouldn't be selling for €5 if that was the case. But it's nice to have just something that's going to be interesting to try out. So yeah, I got those two.
Something a bit different. Yep. One of the ones that I've been quite excited about, and I think this did feature in my list, if I can grab it, whilst also holding a fen, is Covenant.
Oh, jeez, that is heavy.
It is heavy.
That's a
Devirs
beast.
are always heavy, aren't they?
It's a powerhouse of a game.
Yeah.
You can see that from above.
And this has had a complete cover change since it was first announced. I think it was certainly there in the glass cabinets this time last year. It does sound a little bit like the Hobbit story,
it does
with the dwarves in the cave trying to sort of rehome themselves into their original home, all of that kind of thing. But it is by the same designer as Butoku, and I have heard coming out of the show some really great things about it. So I'm even more excited now to play it than pre-show. And yeah, I
think
was
this
really
will be
looking
one of the
forward
ones
to
we
it.
table first.
Potentially.
It's a good game and there's a lot of content, but it not only weighs this much, but it's already got bouncing out of the box because it has so many components in here. This is a chunky one. I have no doubt about that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. I have some space if you're here.
Right. Do you remember this one? Harvest Valley. Yes, I bought this because of the Stardew Valley style artwork. It's not even subtle about it. It looks just like Stardew Valley.
It does.
But that being said,
so.
it is still a Bruni Fidalti game, and it does look like a fun kind of tile manipulation game. So yes, I bought it for the art, but hopefully it'll stick in the collection for the deep and complicated gameplay. I don't think there's anything complicated about it, but hopefully deep. Hopefully there's some substance to it. But it's very small. I did anticipate this being bigger, which is strange because another game we'll talk about I thought would be smaller. And I did think this would be larger. But
yeah, well,
street-sized.
I thought they'd be like the same size as a Game Boy.
Yeah.
Which is probably slightly
bit longer.
Yeah.
Perhaps, yeah.
That's what I thought. But
I was always going to buy this. So, yeah. It wasn't a surprise.
Next one I am so excited about. And it actually, there's so much excitement in this next one. Right, okay. So I'm just going to hide some things first.
It's a suitable amount of anticipation you're building up.
Yeah, I think so. Right, let's start with this bit.
That's right.
Craft jewels. We did content on this during the campaign. We did a 5 reasons. I also did some solo stuff for it. Superb game that we've been highly anticipating.
It was really frustrating because we got to play a kind of prototype of it with Cardboard Alchemy, but then we had to return it.
Yes.
So we didn't actually. You might have seen we played it in a park. And did our filming all there.
We did several games in a pub, in a picnic area. Yeah, we did play a lot of games of it.
We did. We
just didn't get
several hours. And it was so
it.
frustrating because then it's like I want to play more of that.
Yeah, because it's quite addictive, I think, because as the more you start knowing the powers and how you can work the powers of the dragons, the more you're like, oh yeah, I could do this, I could do that, and the more you think it sort of clicks in your brain about all these cool moves that you could do each time you play, so you want to play again and again. In my opinion, I love the way it all stores in this sort of little box that opens up. The boards inside there.
Edition. I mean, Cardboard Alchemy always do incredible push the boat out.
Yeah.
Lovely additions, but this is something a bit more special.
Yeah, and I think that, people are going to be able to, I mean, everyone's getting theirs fulfilling very soon. And then I think it's going to be available at retail.
It's reached Australia. I think it's
next year.
I think it's reached Canada now. So people around the world are getting their copies. We're very lucky to have got this.
We are. I'm also very lucky to have got this as a birthday present, which is one of the very few that are around. Yes.
I'm less keen that you've got that now because it started us on a very slippery slope.
Yeah, well, I'm going to need all the dragons, aren't I? Yeah, but look, my favourite colour is green, so it's perfect. I have to try to keep it away from Fen.
Fen has been eyeing it up, but I think he
has.
might end up loving it too much.
Yeah, there's a chance, so he's going to have to stay away from it. Also, all of the promo packs or promo cards that they've ever done are all in a pack there. And the other thing that I cannot wait to know more and more about is Dragons and Dragons. So we're adding this into our Flamecraft game. I can't wait. We played Flamecraft again recently, only a couple of weeks ago, introducing it to some new friends who absolutely loved it. Went out like 2 days later and bought themselves a copy, even though they'd asked someone to buy it for Christmas. They just couldn't wait because they loved it that much. So yeah, I'm so excited to kind of teach them even more of what's coming to this game. And I don't know everything that's in here, so
I've tried to avoid it because I know
I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
So I need to stop looking at the back.
and just having more content for Flamecraft. Not enough people are talking about Dragons and Dragons.
No,
obviously
we will be talking about this. We will be telling you everything that's in the box. We just want to be a little bit surprised ourselves.
It's nice to be.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of Flamecraft.
That is
goodies.
a lot of Flamecraft goodies. Super excited for that and for my birthday present.
Right. A game I was very excited last year about was SETI.
We both loved it.
And it is one in my. I think it's one of my games of the year last year. It's in my top 50. I love SETI. So the chance to just increase what you're getting in SETI was always going to be appealing.
Yeah, I mean, and there's more aliens in there.
That's all I needed to add, to be honest, was just more aliens and spice that up because you do get familiar with the aliens as you do. And, it's very exciting when you first discover them. You're like, oh, what are they going to do? Who are these weird fellas? But by, several games in, you know them all. So the surprise is gone. So like you were saying about Flamecraft, I've tried not to find too much about this. Obviously, we have to read the rules and work out how to integrate it all. But I want to have that moment of discovery again. When you're getting a new alien, it's like, oh, what are they going to do? These guys. So, yes, don't want to know too much about it. You can have a look if you want. I'm going to look away. And
well, I mean, it does say quite clearly there's an asymmetric start, and we do love asymmetry in games. We enjoy that we're each going on slightly different paths and trying to work out who's maybe still ahead, even though we've not taken the same route or certainly not the same starting point. So that is exciting.
Can't wait to play out. Especially it means we can then table SETI again, which is always a nice thing to do.
It is indeed. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we mentioned earlier that we went to Mind Clash and there was going to be some more stuff. So,
boy, howdy, is there some stuff.
Well, I felt like Anachrony was not complete. So that.
Yeah, because you haven't got the big everything Anachrony box.
No, I wish I had the big box, but I don't know if I don't think it's very easy to get now. But we do have the exosuits, which I'm partway through painting. Keep threatening to do some painting videos. They're halfway painted, so as I get more time, that will eventually happen.
Hopefully,
promise.
They'll be painted, fully finished by the time we get to table some of the expansions.
Yeah, but I'm excited to add these two in and feel like I have the complete situation. And I also got some goodies from them. Oh, we'll talk about those in a minute. So we also have the resin thingies, the energy, etc., the gorgeous metal cubes, and these are more goodies that we're going to find out about later. And whilst I was there, I also picked up the coins that I needed to complete Septima. So Yeah,
So
we got some fun goodies from that one.
I think you now have everything in Acrony and everything Septima.
I think so. Yeah. I need to double check expansion stuff on Septima, but I think so. Yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan.
You're just filling in the gaps.
I remember playing Anachrony with these and thinking they were incredible. Loved them.
Yeah.
And they're just metal cubes, but I mean, some of them are green. They look good. I love the different textures on them and stuff. And I think it just, when you've got a big game like that, some of these little deluxe pieces just really add to the experience. Yeah, so, very much excited to have those.
Right.
On the shelves.
Doing a slight balancing act over here. We didn't even attempt to lay them out in front of us this time because we knew it's going to be a big one. Right.
Yeah.
You've probably heard of this one. It's Codenames. It's a new edition. It's exactly the same as the old Codenames. You don't need to, unless you want to change some of the words in it. You don't need to get another copy if you haven't already got it. But
big.
This is the giant XXL, not just XL. It's all the X's and L in there. We don't have a giant version of it.
No.
And there's sometimes we play big teams. When we're playing Codenames. I remember a game at UK Games Expo, which you played with actually Lainey from CGE, where we had teams of 4 on each side. So the bigger the cards, the easier they are to see.
Yes,
so there is a benefit to having the super large, massive one.
And it is the kind of game that we can get family to play at Christmas because they don't feel like it's like gamey. It's one that they pick up the rules of really easily. It does help when some of us that don't have the best eyesight, you don't have to move from a comfy chair. You can play it on the coffee table and everyone can still see. That does help.
Yeah, so, and they are much bigger cards. They're kind of normal board game size cards. As a comparison in the back. So they are noticeably bigger. So it's if you ever struggled with smaller words, and this is
there we go.
This is for you.
Yeah. Right, where are we going next? This is one that I definitely had on the shopping list. The expansion for Tea Garden, a game that we really loved. Another Thomas Hollick game that came out last year. One of that famous trilogy, shall we say? We also have some extra cards for the Lunar expansion here as well, so we can add those in to the game. So that's fun. Both. I mean, all 3 of his games last year we really enjoyed. Excited to table these 2 a bit more. I think we've played SETI more than these 2, but we did really, really enjoy all of them. Having a look and playing some more of those with some added little bits and pieces I'm excited for.
And this one was actually a birthday present.
It was indeed,
and
yes.
It's useful having a wife who loves board games when you're going to a board game convention. I'm not saying I hadn't bought you presents beforehand.
No,
I had been prepared.
You had.
But I thought you're going to get a Lacerda game or something. I said, look, let's walk around and I'll buy you something. So that was one of the 2 things I bought.
Yes.
Might be more coming up.
Yeah.
But next, let's talk about zoology. And we got this from Ice Makes. I was talking to them about Terrascape 2. We'll be doing some content on that. That won't be a surprise because we've done lots of content on Terrascape 1. But they had Terrascape there to play, but didn't have any copies of it because it's just finished on Kickstarter. But while we're chatting, we talked about different games that we like, and she suggested Zoology to me. Now, Zoology is kind of a family-friendly game where you don't know what card you have, but other people obviously do. So there is a kind of element of bluffing to it as you're placing on this beautiful circular board different magnifying glasses when you rule out options. And obviously once they're ruled out, you know that's not something you've got. So you can slowly whittle it down to working out which particular animal you have by working out the clues and working out the interactions of other players. So I was kind of intrigued by that. And it's another quick one to play. That was what was good about Terrascape, was how quick that was. That was an hour. This is half an hour. And family friendly, but a family who know board games, I suspect, rather than being an introduction game. More for you've played some other games. Let's explore this one. And beautiful art. I do love the production that Ice Makes do. They do, like we're saying with other companies, do very luxe, fancy editions. So yeah, can't play Terrascape with the entire family, but we will be able to play Zoology with them.
We will indeed. Another one we could probably play with the whole family is River Valley Glassworks, which I've been wanting for ages, and also have some extra bits here, and there's some extra bits for Ember Heart, which we spoke about earlier, and the gorgeous glass pieces that you get for River Valley here as well. It's one that I've played on BGA a lot. It's one that I've enjoyed playing in person, but just we haven't had a copy, and so it's been something that's always been on my shopping list for a while. So nice to have picked that up whilst we were there.
Especially with the lovely tokens.
Yes,
you can get the deluxe edition, but I think this adds sort of that bit to it.
Essentially does that, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a game that I think you can play. I think the more you play it, the more strategic you get.
You really do.
It's very accessible in terms of the rules and things to learn, but you can get so much more strategic. So I think it's definitely is one that we could play with family. It's just, we might win after a while.
Not enough people talking about Animal Rescue Team. We were so fortunate not just to meet the director of Play to Z Games there, but also to talk to the designer, Matt Leacock.
Yes, yeah, again. I mean, he's such a lovely guy. We've interviewed him a few times. You did that at UKG.
Yes.
So it was great to catch up with him again and ask him about this new project, which is, quite different to Fate of the Fellowship, that Lord of the Rings stuff. But
he can churn those games out, can't he? God.
Well, it's definitely got his design stamp on it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a reimagining of Thunderbirds. And not going to give too much away because you do have a great 5 reasons on this game. But it was nice, the origins of the game, how it came to be, and just the reason some of the mechanics are in there, which is really intriguing. Seeing those cars in person, the vehicles that you get with this game, makes me understand why this box is so heavy. I thought they'd be teeny tiny, but they're beasts on the board. I'm so excited to play this with the family because the theme is great.
Yeah, and like hooking on a little trailer onto your vehicle and stuff, just so fun.
So fun. Lots of content on this coming up, but very excited about it.
Another one that was definitely on my list was A Wild Venture. Also have the lovely sort of more wooden tokens here. This was in my anticipated. This is another 2-player game. The artwork on this is just so fun.
It is.
It's just so fun. So I think it was definitely one of those that people were sort of raving about all show. And I'm very excited for us to get it to the table and see what kind of adventure we're going on in our world venture.
Movie Tricks.
Oh, that was on your list.
It was. So trick-taking game that strips back a lot of the complexities you have in trick-taking, just all matching suits, doing all the famous, obvious trick-taking things, but with a theme I think is fun and accessible. And accessibility really is the thing about Movie Tricks, where the theme is appealing to many, but the mechanics won't derail them. So I'm not going to say it's my first trick taker because it's got more to it than that, but it's certainly going to be an accessible one, which is why I was so keen to get it. That along with the theme.
The theme, yeah, for sure, the theme.
And lots of people are actually talking about this more than I anticipated. They may well have sold out. I'm not completely sure, but they are certainly shifting the numbers of games while we're there around Chili Fox.
Yeah.
So, Movie Tricks.
Oh gosh. Next up is another big game, which is another one that you got me. And this is all about going diving for treasure. And as we've mentioned earlier, I love the sea, I love sailing, I love diving. And this is saying it's 45 minutes per player. It seems like it's
It is
quite a heavy euro.
It is a heavy euro, yeah.
And it's about a theme that I adore. So like this just seems so up my street. I hadn't heard anything about it, and then I was looking at some other anticipation lists, just shortly before the show, and one of our friends had that on and was saying, oh, it's about going diving and all of this, and I was like, oh, how on earth have I missed this? And then as we were at the show, more and more people were talking about it.
Yeah, some people who watched the channel came up to us and said, and I said, what game have you got you're excited about? And they said, Thesaurus.
Yes.
I
think it means treasure.
It does mean treasure
in Latin. Yeah. But yeah, it does look like the word thesaurus.
And yeah, so I went out to get it for you.
Yes, yeah.
And it came with some promos and things like that. But while I was there, we bumped into our friend Wayne from Board Stupid, and he was playing it at the time, and I was like, is this going to be something Libby likes? And he's like, oh, she's going to like this. It's beautiful and it's heavy. And I was like, those are two things that appeal to Libby when it comes to board games. So, yeah.
It looks like I have screens, like player screens in this pack here for it. So that's exciting too. Yeah, and a big one. So I suppose a bit of a surprise. I wasn't... it was just on my radar, but not enough that I hadn't read into it, looked into it, and then just kind of as we were there was more and more buzz about it. So
I had never heard of it. So thank you for coming up to tell us about it.
Yes,
because then I get a game I knew you'd really like. So while I was at Chili Flocks for Movie Tricks, we got chatting about Fortunes of Scoundrel Bay.
More watery pirate sailing fun, right?
Yeah, and this is a weird one because I think on the first day of Essen they had no copies of it. It was
they had a stock issue, I think, in terms of delivery.
So they were demoing it, and then that in turn meant there was a massive rush for it on I think the Fridays when it came into stock, and a huge queue for people to pick this up. I think. From the surface of it, you think, okay, that's an Ameritrash game. It's probably got loads of minis and you're doing sort of piratey shenanigan battling. But really, it's a deck building Euro game where you're playing out cards, having to shift a token around so you can't repeat actions. You have to plan actions ahead of actions to make sure when you need to do the thing, you're able to do the thing and you're not blocked from doing it. So essentially, it's a thinky Euro game with a pirate theme, and I suppose much like everyone, when I see pirates I just think either light games or miniature heavy games. We do have some miniature heavy pirate games, we do have some light pirate games, but it's a great theme. So it's good if there is going to be a game that has those mechanics in it that we really enjoy, but with a theme that's fun and exciting.
I'm looking forward to it.
So yeah, again, another one I hadn't heard a great deal about until just before Essen when I started learning more about it. So that's probably why it wasn't on my top 10. But if I'd known in advance, that's the thing about Essen. You just keep finding out more.
20 next year.
Yeah, you keep finding out more games. You see other people's lists, and it's like, oh, that probably should have been on my list.
This one was definitely on my list, so much so that I did pre-order it to make sure that I could get a chance to pick it up at my leisure and not have to stress about the queuing, etc. I've spoken before about how much I enjoy Revive. I was actually hoping to find Call of the Abyss, Call Into the Abyss, the expansion for that whilst I was there as well, but didn't see that in the shop there that had Revive there as well as Recall. It's not exactly a sequel, but it's certainly sort of same sort of design team. It's got some similarities in terms of I suppose slightly the aesthetic and just some of the way the mechanisms I think are going to work, but yeah, really excited about seeing what's next from that sort of, I don't know, not quite Revive world, but close enough.
A spiritual
to it.
successor.
Yes, exactly. It's got some really interesting stuff on the boards and everything where there are sections where you kind of slot in and do different things, which I did really like the way your sort of engine build and what you could do kind of happened in Revive, with you being able to sort of activate different things, go along paths, slot cards into different sections to get different abilities. So it seems that they're doing interesting things that are new, but similarly interesting in terms of how you can work your board and see what you're going to be able to play, how, when, maybe build up some sort of engine. Didn't have a chance to play it, of course, whilst working, but very excited to explore this one. It's very much hype in the show, I would say.
Right, I got a game that was on my top 10 list, Dirt and Dust, which is a game you told me to look at.
Yes, I remember. Yeah,
you said you're going to really enjoy this.
Well, I think you started talking to me about your list, and I was like, "Oh, have you not put that one on there? Oh, which one?"
And yeah, I got some promos with it. Yeah, I'm excited about this. It's a racing game where you're not racing other people. You're just kind of trying to get times and playing cards,
right?
So it's not there is dice manipulation in it. You're assigning dice while drawing cards, deck building, and because you aren't directly racing other players, it does work entirely at solo mode using some of the ghost drivers, and I've actually got some as promos. I think there is some in the box. You can obviously play it just with the box as promos. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this solo, but yeah, hopefully we get a chance to play it together too.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by it as well. I don't think we have quite enough sort of racing style games in the collection. Yeah. Another one I am intrigued by. I heard about it quite recently. I think I heard about it mainly from the Dice Tower going to World Series of Board Gaming, and they were saying what a fun game that Take Time was. And from what I can understand, it's sort of like The Mind, like Bomb Busters, like The Crew in a way, where you're kind of working together to try to achieve different goals. I mean, the box itself looks gorgeous in terms of this clock element. I think there's lots of different missions in here from what I understand, and I've heard a lot of people say some fun things about it, so I'm intrigued to sort of delve in and see what that is going to be. I think potentially we might need to find a group that's more than just the two of us, maybe, to start with on this one. It does say 2 to 4, so we'll give it a go. Maybe just the two of us, but perhaps maybe 3 would be a better option. We'll find out. But yeah, let's see how well we can read each other and what we're trying to get the other one to do. That'll be interesting.
Expansion wise, there's few games that we get excited about as much as faraway expansions. Tried to get the Castle combo one, but that had completely sold out. But we love Faraway.
We do.
And there's a new expansion for it. Hopefully this marries up with our English edition. Obviously this is the German one, so we need to get the rules from the internet to work out how to play it. Actually, it's maybe the French version, perhaps. Yes, it's a French version.
French.
So yes, always going to get Faraway when we see it. I think it's now one of my favourite games. It's going to be in my top 50. But one day I will actually be good at it. Considering the amount we play it, both on BGA and in person.
Yeah.
Why do I always forget that it's going to go backwards? At some point, halfway through it, I forget,
or you pick up a mission that's like maybe from the first expansion and they're really, really tricky because you're going to need a lot of one icon. Everyone knows you need a lot of that icon. So they can do their best to try to stop you from getting all of it, or the cards just aren't coming up. And you sort of over-egg your ability to achieve the things that you've kind of grabbed.
There's our similarity between these two of my over-ambitiousness of them.
Yes. For sure. Right, this might be the last one from my pile.
I've got a few more,
actually. There was interestingly, this is the first Essen that I've been working like on the show floor rather than just meetings elsewhere. And there was a lot of other exhibitors going around talking about wanting to do trades and different things, and that's how Nestlings has come into our collection. Someone else was wanting to trade with different things, and there were various copies, and this was a spare one in a deal that was done, and from all accounts it might be something that I'm pretty excited for. This has got some extra dice trays in it, which seems lovely, with I'm assuming they've got different of these birds on them.
Yeah, I don't know a great deal about the game.
No, but 30 to 60 minutes sounds like that could be really quite good for like a weeknight game. And it does look absolutely beautiful. Like the boards and everything here look glorious. So yeah, I'm intrigued. It wasn't on my radar at all. So definitely a bit of a curveball surprise, this one. Yeah.
Something that wasn't a curveball surprise. Oh. What a segue. Jisoji.
Yeah, that was definitely on your list.
I was
high
so
on your
excited
list
about this. Yeah. It's one of those things that's like how, and I was saying this to the designer when I got a chance to chat to them, how did I miss this on Kickstarter?
Yeah, also, I was imagining the sort of typical like bus and stop Japanese style size box when I was looking at this sort of on the lists and everything. I did not expect like a big box game.
It's a big box, and the production of this is phenomenal. We've got dual layer boards. All of the cards have that shiny foil on them. All the art. And what I love about this game is it does, in a world where we have to say, is there AI art in these games? And now it's becoming more commonplace, for better or worse. This celebrates art and Japanese art, and it's commissioned so much amazing art from different anime artists to be included in this that you won't see elsewhere. It feels like such a labour of love to that animation creation industry. Basically, it's essentially a worker placement, but a tight financial controls on there.
Yeah.
Well, I love the idea that you just, it's very Japanese way. You're at an animation studio, but you've been told the management are doing a terrible job, so they've all been fired, and now you're taking us over. I think that's bonkers. And there's so many elements of it that are nods towards famous animes. You construct the story as you go, and just looks lovely. Sold out at Essen, completely sold out every single day, and there's quite a hubbub about this. You could almost feel the word spreading around. So we were in the same hall.
Yeah.
As Paverson. So I kept on nipping over there and going, hey, how are sales? And sold out again. But they were very, very kind. They gave me another game called FOMO, which is another kind of trick-taking game. It has similar art to Jisoji, but just a kind of appreciation. So it's another 3-player trick-taking game. So I think this is our second trick-taker. Yes, we've come home with.
Is it? I think there's maybe more.
Is it our third?
I don't know.
It's another trick take.
Another one.
And yes, again, has that level of amazing finish to it. Didn't know anything about FOMO until they placed it in my hand, so it's going to be a complete mystery when I discover it. But we were talking earlier about games like Covenant we want to play straight away. I'm already reading the rules on this.
Yes.
I've punched it all ready to play as soon as the weekend comes around, so we can get our teeth into this. I'm so very excited about it.
Yeah, it's good.
And this may well be the influence on the last thing I picked up. And I got a game we already have. I got a game I've wanted for a long time because of this edition. It's Tokaido. Now, you may well be aware that Stonemaier have recently acquired the game Tokaido from Funforge. And obviously they're bringing out their own edition. And we've got Tokaido in our collection. We've had it, I think, for a while. I was still living. We weren't living together at the time, so that kind of means 4,
maybe
5,
6 years you've had it potentially.
And I love Tokaido. It's one of my most played games because we used to play it a lot when we weren't together in the same place, so we used to play it online. I even remember playing a digital version while we were waiting in a queue at Disneyland once. But I always wanted this version. And back in the day, I didn't know how to get fancy editions. I didn't know about all the the chaos cards of this world.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd look on eBay, and I think this was actually sold out and all very, very expensive.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to get its deluxe edition. And it shows how old it is because it comes with a CD, a music CD. This has the minis, it has the bigger board. And I thought, I'd love to get that. I was roaming around and I saw they were selling this, and this included the Crossroads expansion with Matsuri for like €50. And obviously there's a bit of a niche audience for it because this isn't the Stomar version. But don't worry, I've corrected that because I wanted to get the solo rules anyway. There we go, some solo rules. So I could play it solo. But also because I knew then that this came with the cards with the Stomar version that isn't in the original version. These are for the panoramas.
Right.
So before they used to be this really flimsy piece of paper. Now they are cards with, I think, the wingspan, whatever that finish is called, linen finish.
Linen finish, yeah.
So I thought, well, I'll get that as well. And then because I was buying this, I thought, well, let's just get the solo rules for Tokaido Duo as well, which is a version of Tokaido that I got a few years back and I quite like.
Yeah.
Quicker to play than Tokaido, smaller table presence. So I thought, well, I'll just get that as well. I stopped to get the playmat. But partly because this has got the gigantic board in it.
Yes,
so I thought the playmat might end up being smaller than this one. I need to have the same size one so I can use the minis. And this one in there. But yes, it was
a nostalgic buy,
I
would say.
It was something I walked away from it. When I first saw it, I saw it and I was like, oh, I remember I really wanted that. And I walked away. And then I got back to review and the show had finished. And I was kind of kicking myself. I was like, I wish I bought that. Why didn't I get that?
I think you spent the whole night going, oh, I wonder if they'll have stock the next day. It's the last day. Like, I feel like you spent the whole night regretting not picking it up.
I did. And I'm so pleased I didn't see it on a Sunday, for example, because then I couldn't have gone back. But I went straight there the next day.
You did.
And I said, look, how many do you have? And he's like, we've got a few. It's okay. I can put one aside. And I was like, well, if you get a chance to sell it, you should sell it. But I will try it. And then as soon as I was on a free break from demoing, I went straight there and picked it up. And that's always a sign that, okay, that was the right decision. I don't regret it at all. The only thing I regret is the size of the box because we had to fit it in the car.
Yes.
And that was harder.
Yeah. And it is...
It's a bit of a beast. And obviously... we can then pass on our original version of Tokaido and Crossroads to someone else.
Yeah.
We can give that away. And I've still got this lovely edition.
Exactly.
So, and I love
and I think that maybe we'll play it again, on anniversaries or something like that. It's like that nostalgic thing.
Yeah,
and then when we have a nice version of it to do that with. So we're more likely to bring that out. So that's nice.
And I might try and paint the minis.
Yes,
they're the unpainted minis, but I'm quite good at painting, so it's all fine.
Yeah,
is that it?
So I think that is our haul. I think that we will be back with maybe like a top 10 moments from the show, something like that. Just telling you more about our time there rather than just the stuff that we picked up. But this is a lot of games.
It is.
Thanks obviously to any of the publishers that have provided stuff for review. It's nice. It is.
It's a very privileged
incredible.
position. I mean, we always do remember that. We are providing content. We do reviews. We don't charge anything for that. So it's nice to get content we can distribute to you, but we never forget how lucky we are to be able to bring home this many games from a board game convention, and it ends up being quite humbling when people are not just giving us games to play but just coming up to us and saying how much they love the content. And I never get tired of that. It's always lovely to hear.
No, that it is very lovely. But we're very interested to know what games you're most interested in, what you would like us to cover first. As we said earlier, it's nice when you have this many, particularly to have a bit of a steer, please.
Yeah, help us. What do you want to see stuff on? We have some. We've already done some videos. We filmed some videos at Essen, which will be coming up very, very soon.
They will.
But yes, there's other ones. Let us know what you want. What do you want to see
What
us
should we
playing?
dive into? Yeah, give us a top 3 or top 5, something like that. That would be great. But yeah, that's us for today. Still exhausted from the show, so hopefully we'll be back with you with a little bit more of a spring in our step next time.
Obviously, if you want to buy any of these games you've seen, a good place to go is your friendly local game store and us in the southeast of England. That is, of course, Chaos Cards. Be mindful, some of these may not be available yet in the UK. Some you might be able to pre-order, but yes, a good place to look is your friendly local game store.
It is indeed, and as we said earlier, it really does help us out if you do subscribe to the channel. So if you're not already, we would really love it if you would do that. But for now, we will see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.